Hey guys, welcome back. This is episode 3 of our Traffic Tone Talk series. 3 already. Well, today I want to talk about misconceptions. You see, although I've been playing for a long time, apart from a decently long hiatus, I started playing guitar, I think I was maybe 12 or 13 years old, and definitely totally into gear the whole time. I remember I used to look through those like Musician's Friend and whatnot catalogs, just drooling over stuff. But I realized later on, as I start getting more and more into the guitar nerdery, as it were, especially nowadays, that a lot of the things that I thought I knew were just straight up misconceptions. It's kind of sad to admit, but I haven't known much about tube amps or any of that for very long at all. Back in the day, it was, just plug into whatever. I remember thinking that I just had the best tone in the world back in high school, playing punk music through an old Zoom pedal. What is it? The 505, I think. that thing was so noisy, so terrible. But I just remember thinking that was the thing. And I remember thinking, all these pros do, they just, they've got real expensive amps and that are super loud, and they plug their pedals in, and I just kind of assumed that all big guitarists had big pedal boards, that everybody got their their heavy metal drive sounds or modulation, everything strictly from pedals. Yeah, I guess that that might be true for the most part of modulation, at least modern times. But yeah, I remember for the longest time, I thought, oh man, if it's heavy metal, if it's hard rock, it's a Marshall amp. That's all there is to it. They're playing through Marshall stacks, whatever. Oh, Metallica must play through the Boss, what is that pedal? Anyway, I'm sure most of you know what I'm talking about. I'm just, kind of brain fart, ADD, full on. But anyway, fast forward quite a few years to, I think it must have been about 4 years ago. I finally just started playing again and kind of piecing things together. Got this Line 6 Spider amp. Going, oh yeah, this is the ticket, right? These things will do anything. Okay, not quite what I was looking for. Couldn't quite squeeze exactly the sound. Oh, I know. We'll buy some pedals. So, went and got, a couple of them cheap Behringer pedals. In fact, I think it was actually my wife. My wife bought me some for Christmas. Super excited. Like, yeah, getting back into pedals. My gear is starting to multiply. This is going to be amazing. And I set up that day, after I got that pedal board set up and, hooked up the good old Tube Screamer, and I'm expecting the classic Tube Screamer in front of a driven amp tone, and it was not what I thought it was going to be. I'm going, crap, I'm cranking the amp. It's not doing what it's supposed to do. Is this a bad pedal? Or should I have gotten the more expensive one? Should I have gotten the Ibanez pedal? No. And it was, it was that misconception right there. That's the one that really started me on this path. It's been kind of a steep slope from there, I'll tell you that. Definitely gotten quite a bit more gear and gone down the rabbit hole on that one. But that was it. That was it right there. I went from that Line 6 to a Marshall MG cab. I bought it on, I think it was OfferUp. Some guy was selling this thing for $200, and I'm sitting there going, oh man, this guy doesn't know what he's got. Oh man, I'm gonna buy this thing and it's gonna be rocking and it's gonna sound so good. And plug my pedal board into that, and still, that's not what I was looking for. It just wasn't what I was looking for. And that's kind of when I started reading a little bit more, watching more YouTube videos, kind of paying attention to what people were saying. And the biggest thing that people were saying was, if that's what you're looking for, if you're looking for that, edge of breakup, put a tube screamer, or, you name it, fill in the blank pedal in front of it and get that rockin' sound, it's a tube amp. Well, that got the gears a-turning. So I'm thinking, all right, so any tube amp's gonna work, right? Got tubes in it, we'll crank that stinking overdrive pedal up, do the tube screamer boost scenario, stick that in front of a clean channel, and I'll get that kind of low gain, gritty, bluesy. Nope. Another misconception. See, where I went wrong there is I thought that all tube amps were the same. I thought everything kind of had that same idea, that same topography. No. I bought a Randall RT50. Two mistakes there. My first misconception on that was that it didn't matter, what the headroom was on the amp. Heck, at that point I still was kind of new to the whole idea of headroom anyway. I mean, honestly, I was still in that way of thinking of, I need 100 watts, big amp. Oh yeah. Well, learned real quick, 50 watts tube on a 2-channel amp, where the channel number 1 is meant to be a clean channel, you are not going to push that clean channel very easily. Not at the volumes that I play at. So that started me down another rabbit hole, and on and on and on. Finally, got my Marshall Origin. During that time, I did a lot of research, started finding out that, a lot of the players that I really look up to and admire, and, I've always just loved the sound of their guitar tone. Finding out that, these guys didn't play through a wall of Marshalls, they were playing through AC30 Vox amps. I always figured Vox, you always hear, the description of those amps, and how bright they're supposed to be, and I'm going, oh man, those things probably sound like crap. Oh man, was I wrong? I was wrong. But, or, these blues players, same thing, man. I had this set in my head of what amp a blues player played, what it's gonna be. I think for a lot of years I wrote off Fender amps. For whatever reason, goodness knows why. I wrote off Fender entire, actually, for quite a while. I was like, Stratocaster, you want a Stratocaster? Telecaster? You've got to be kidding me. Those things are for country players. I'm not a country player. Still, misconceptions. I didn't realize, guys were using Telecasters to play hard rock. I didn't realize that guys were using, Fender Deluxe amps, and that's some of the best sounds I've ever heard, or that some of the high gain monsters that are out there are based off of a pretty basic Fender amp, and that they're manipulating the preamp in a way to get that high gain, adding tubes, cascading gain stages. Didn't know what that was. The discovery of stacking drive pedals, man, that was a huge light. Oh wow. And, we're not even talking that long ago. We're talking, the last couple of years. So, I guess, what are some misconceptions that you guys had, going through however long y'all have been playing guitar, or just, been big music fans? Like, what out there have you considered to be a misconception of yours that just kind of blew you away? And what was it that kind of took you down this rabbit hole? Anyway, traffic's opened up, so I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching, guys. Later. Hey guys, if you like my content at all, or if you want to support my channel in any way, please make sure to like, subscribe, comment. Really goes a long way. Thanks, guys.